Hello, 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 and welcome to a new episode of Philo. We are on episode 40. Tiny in the corner for no apparent reason is my co-host Robin. Hi, Robin. And
Hi.
then we also have guest artist today, Steve Troop. Hi, thank you for joining us, Steve.
Hello.
Hi, Steve.
Punishment.
we are in an interesting place in the story. I'll just show the last three panels. Philo blows the pain out of his chest from his relationship with Bluto, and Bluto feels it a disturbance in the force. That should have been PHORCE, but that's okay. I will I'll fix it in post. And then meanwhile, back with the dog. Oh, I gotta change that. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, Kay. Sorry, I was a little late today. I was speaking. Yes, you're logged in properly. Excellent. I was speaking at Cartoonist Northwest, and so it was supposed to go from a half hour before Philo to a half hour into Philo, and I'm like, no, I can only speak for a half hour. So I came like right away. So that's where we left off, is meanwhile back with the dog, and he's Akira sliding. So, Steve, do you want to do panel 1 or panel 2?
Okay, so let's see. Let me. Well, I lost my pen.
And also, Steve's going to be distracted because he's building a C-3PO as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm at right now.
Yeah, here, let me put you in the big window.
Ta-da!
Nice.
Yeah, this is for his best friend Eric's son, right?
Right.
His
Yeah.
older son?
So, what's that?
His older son? He has 2, right?
Younger. Yeah. So the 5-year-old. They're all doing Star Wars. I'm doing Star Wars as well. I was gonna do something for Tilly. She makes the perfect AT-AT, so I might that may end up being what she is. Yeah. So the older son's going as Darth Maul. Kylo Ren. His wife's going as Leia, and Eric's going as Han. And the younger one said, "I want to be C-3PO." And so they started madly trying to find a C-3PO outfit, only to find they don't have any that are available that can get here before November 7th. So I was like, okay, I can build it.
What's happening November 7th? I thought this was for Halloween.
It is for Halloween, but November 7th was the earliest it could get here.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry.
It's Star Wars. They have to get the costume as soon as possible. It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to
I'm going to be right back. I just have to get my coffee.
No worries. Totally understood. Coffee is very important.
So the one we came off of is the dog, right? Can I get
and again, the dog, what I kind of told you is that we're kind of doing meanwhiles with the dogs.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to continue with the dog doing Akira sliding, or if you want to go back to Philo exploding pain out of his
I'll
chest.
go back to Philo.
Okay.
Again, can you put up the last screen with Philo so I can get a shot of it so I can use it?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to open up that
I'm real
page
high
again.
tech, so.
Oh, I know. I have to open up that page again. Give me a second.
Sorry, I was getting my my pen working, so.
Yeah. I was talking about how to find an audience in a digital age for my talk with Cartoonist Northwest.
I should have seen that, I guess.
Yeah, I should have seen it too. No, I'm joking. So there's Philo.
I'm also liking Bluto. I like the idea of Bluto coming to take back what's his.
Well, I mean, what's going to go on if we're going back to Philo? Like, is Bluto coming? Wait, we got a Star Wars toy. What are we looking at? Is this Rey? Oh, it's evil
Dark Rey. Evil Rey.
Oh,
if she ever hooked up with Kylo Ren for real and not for play.
I don't know.
So I just thought you'd find that funny.
I think shipping Kylo Ren and Rey, they should have never been shipped. The kiss was so dumb.
He's terrible and toxic, but I totally am a Reylo fan.
Okay. Do you have a good idea of what he looks like now?
Yeah, I took both. Okay. I shot a shot of both those, and let me get the third one too because I'll I'll get a shot of that too, just in case I need
Okay,
it.
of the Kira bike.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a screenshot
Yeah.
too? Okay, awesome. All right,
Okay.
awesome. Okay, so you're gonna do panel 1 then, and I'll do panel 2.
Okay. So, so we stay on Philo, or should I go back to Bluto? Because that's the one I like. But maybe Bluto, because could be, I don't know, looking at some sort of instrument to track his true love. I don't know, like almost like a find your phone type
Oh,
thing.
what? Find your Philo
Find
app
your
on his
Philo app.
phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, find your Philo app on his phone.
That's what it is. That's what it should be called.
Yeah.
That's
I'll do that.
perfect. Find your Philo.
I think that's it. Is he's on his phone.
He's
Bluto's
on his
on his
phone
phone going to find your Philo app. And the
Yeah.
caption should be that Bluto uses his find your or Bluto is going after Philo. Or going after what's his. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Bluto
That's
is
it.
going after what's his.
Because remember, he's a narcissist, and
Yes.
so that totally checks out.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Okay.
believe that works
I'm
out
liking
well.
that.
Dale also says, "Nice, Robin. I just got an old Judge Dredd figure. I have the sound off because I'm in the meeting Amber just lectured to. Just draw some butts."
Just draw some butts.
Yeah.
Dale, I'm sorry you have the sound off because you're not going to hear what I'm going to say, but I actually have a Judge Dredd action figure. I have 2 Judge Dredd action figures. But I think we
that's
talked
cool.
about this before with Chuck.
Yeah.
Because I have Durham Red, who's like this sort of vampire character from the Judge Dredd universe. And I have Judge Anderson, which is the blonde female judge.
Yeah. Judge Anderson's my favorite.
She's very
I
cool.
always liked her. I always liked her because in the rest of the Judge Dredd universe, she still has hope. You know,
True.
is like everything else in the Judge Dredd universe, Judge Death, everything. You know, I mean, it's cool, it's bitter, and it's like, rah, yeah, but she still has hope. She's still that soft touch that needs to be there, and what is it? Valhalla, was that the name of the story? The one where everybody
I don't know.
where the guy with the psychic energy in the cave is like causing people to grow tails and stuff.
I don't remember that story. I'm sure I haven't read them all. But
yeah, it was Bluto is going to take back what's his.
Right.
Was the caption. So am I continuing with Bluto, or am I going off with Philo, or am I?
Should we touch
doing
back on the dog? The dog. We left the dog. I feel like in a pretty dire situation.
Well,
could be,
wait.
It
What
could
were
be
you saying?
It could be Bluto, I don't know, getting into a spaceship or whatever he needs to do to go after Philo, and then we can cut back to Philo in the next panel.
Well, I guess Bluto would need a spaceship.
Yeah,
but
something.
He would have to go to the Cthulhu Shroom's eye, wouldn't he?
Maybe he doesn't have to. Maybe he just is like, he comes across him and he's just like standing there in a daze, and it's all in his mind.
He punches the eye in the eye.
Let's see.
Okay.
He uses his violence to get what he wants, right?
Right.
So we'll just say, then we'll just say Bluto uses his tracker. I guess is my caption.
Or is on his way. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Whatever he needs.
Yeah. Bluto uses his tracker. Okay, I'll do that, and I'll start drawing that.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have him using his Find Your Philo phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, phone app. Yes. Meanwhile, back with the dog.
A poor dog.
I don't know. I think the dog's having a good time. Yes. So there was something I was gonna say. I don't even remember. When I was talking at Cartoonist Northwest, I was talking about finding a digital audience in the digital age. I don't know.
And what was your verdict? How do you find a digital audience in the digital age?
Well, the trick is to use social media, and I think of them as billboards in different neighborhoods.
That's a good way of doing it.
And so what it is don't kill yourself. You make one billboard and you put it up in different neighborhoods. And so that's what I found is that you only make one image, right? And then you put it up on Snapchat and you put it up on Instagram and you put it up on Facebook and you put it up on here and you put it up on there. Because even though there are people like me that have socials across the board, there are people that only have Blue Sky or only have Kara or only have X. And so this way you reach all those audiences.
Good advice.
Yeah, so that was kind of what I was doing. I don't know, I'm gonna give him like a little moped. And then let's see what else. I think he is gonna be like swinging across a chasm.
Magic Marmot says that the tracker lights up on Philo. Armand sees it and gets pissed. One thing I was thinking of is how happy Bluto would be to go into a room full of emotionally vulnerable Philos that he could totally exploit.
Now, here's the thing. Have they all left Bluto's?
No, I don't think so. I think they've all left their own character. But I'm just saying, like, Bluto having that main character energy that he always does, he's going to look at it as an advantageous situation walking into a self-help Philo room.
Yeah, I suppose. Let's see, I'll do that. I'll have him kind of rocket shipped a little because he's got a rocket ship to Philo. Let's see, what else? I guess riding in a train car. I guess that's kind of travel. Yeah, I'll do him riding in a train car. That's kind of travel. And then let's see what else is kind of travel-y. What else is kind of travel-y? I guess
train, plane, automobile.
Rocket ship.
A camel.
Magic carpet.
A camel. Magic Marmot says camel.
Camel toe.
Probably would help if I actually spelled camel correctly. Yeah. I don't know. I like the place that the story is going. It feels like this one's a lot more cohesive than the last story.
Well, the last one was our first story.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had to figure out how to drive the ship, I guess.
Oh, really? That was the last one was the first one?
Well, yes and no. So Philo is an old show.
Right.
I used to do it back in Minneapolis when I was in college. And so we had plenty of stories back then. And we would do a new story every week. And so this was like the first time I did a continued story when I brought back the show.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we'll have Bluto up here. Yeah. I love the fact that we live in the future where I can just type in his name and I got instant reference, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
I got instant reference right there.
Makes life a little easier.
Yeah. A little. Yeah. So yeah, it's been kind of a crazy week for me. You know, I had to prep for the symposium thing that I did that Dale's still listening to. And
But
yeah, trying to get my daughter all taken care of. I had a lot of doctor's appointments and stuff this week.
is she catching up on her shots, or?
Yeah, she's getting caught up on her shots. She has a doctor's appointment next week, or next month, I should say, to get caught up on her shots and her vaccines and stuff. But no, this month was my doctor's appointment. So I got a COVID and flu vaccine on Thursday that knocked me out yesterday. So I had all this like Philo work I didn't get done.
I take them too because my mom is immune compromised, and yeah, usually I'm okay, but there's once in a while it'll be like I'm out for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that good?
Yeah. So we'll do that. And then got my Halloween display mostly set up, says Magic Marmot. What Magic Marmot shared with me off air was that he heard a family walking across the street from his Halloween display, and the kids got scared. And had to, it's like, just walk ahead, don't look at it. He's like, I'm scared.
Yeah, my nephew is 3 and he's discovered this new trick where if he asks me for a walk, I'll usually take him. Doesn't matter what time it is. So today at around 7, we're going for a long walk, and there apparently was we were looking at the haunted houses and the Halloween houses, and there was one down the street that was pretty intense. So we went walking, and we got there, and he wouldn't even go near it. He was too scared. I was like, okay, we can walk back. It was a long walk for nothing, but cool. Yeah. It had like a giant sort of like, the guy that does, who's like the butler in Rocky Horror Picture Show, like one of those decrepit guys like in the suit. Yeah, Riff Rat. And it had a skeleton with like a glowing chest, and
nice.
But they were so huge, like they were bigger than the house. So I guess that was terrifying enough for the 3-year-old.
That's still cool. Riff Raff, that's awesome. Micromastophobia says, the flu vaccine really knocked me out this year too. First time I've had that reaction to a flu vaccine. Dale says they celebrate Halloween in Canada. Yes, they do.
Yeah, we do. They're not that archaic.
Yeah,
what we used to do, and there's actually a pretty funny photo of me, and it is because I remember in Toronto, because it used to be freezing in Winnipeg and in Toronto. At the end of October, we usually got snow. Not anymore, but we used to. And so what they would do is they'd make these Halloween costumes that were basically printed garbage bags that would just go over your snowsuit, and then you had like the plastic mask with the eyes cut out.
No, I remember handing out candy when I lived up there on Halloween. And I remember we were watching a scary movie marathon on the Scream channel. Oh, I miss Scream. Scream was such a great channel.
Oh yeah, I did a video with a friend of mine for one of their film fests that they did.
For Scream?
Yeah, they had this. I think it was Scream, where they had local or different independent people do like 30-second interstitials about your like a big fear. And we did actually one of my fears, which was getting my hand caught in the garbage disposal. And yeah, in fact, we used your recipe for blood for that thing.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, in fact, yeah.
I'm glad I was able to help you with my recipe for blood.
Yeah,
I do have to tell you that was actually John Chambers' recipe for blood that he taught me.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, and just for the curious out there in the audience, it is cherry Jello and corn syrup.
Caro's syrup, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Caro syrup, but corn syrup.
Yeah.
And let's see, we have some talking going on. Let's see, anyone see the Layla Goblins animation? A bit awkward the first minute, but then the rest is great. And then boo, eh? And do they celebrate Halloween on the same day like we do in the USA? Do the kids have to carry plastic bags so the poutine gravy doesn't soak through the bag? And we have costumes like that in the USA, and Caro syrup and red Jello. Yes. It depends on the Jello that you get. If you use strawberry, it's going to look like older blood because it's kind of purpley, versus cherry, which is going to be redder. So you want to use cherry Jello instead of strawberry Jello. So red Jello, stick with cherry.
So you don't know this too much, but in Canada, the Charlie Brown Halloween, Great Pumpkin Halloween is a little bit different. They go around like, I got a candy bar, I got this, I got a rock, and then one guy's like, I got a bag of milk. You know how it works? Okay,
so accurate.
I think
all
my
right.
panel's done.
All right, I'm still working on my panel, so you're working on the next one. So we did have a suggestion that the Philo tracker lights up in Philo and Armand sees it and it makes him upset. So
Okay.
that's what you're drawing.
And Armand was the squid, right?
He's an octopus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Philo himself is gonna light up.
Sure.
Well, I got to get all my cheat sheets down. I know how to.
I know.
Draw,
I have to
I
make
know how
it
to draw
work.
Bluto from memory, but for some reason I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Well, again, Bluto is public domain now. So
Yeah.
let's see. The Philo tracker needs a button, says Dale. And then cherry for fresh blood and strawberry for old blood, says Dale. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't know if you guys do this. One thing we do in Canada that's kind of a new tradition now, but also I guess because it's so cold, is because it gets dark early and they want to let the younger kids trick or treat, but not so much in the dark. They'll do like a Halloween sort of thing in the mall. So the kids will trick or treat at each store instead, and you're like indoors in the light and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys do that.
Yeah, they do that. That started out in the United States because churches didn't want their kids to go trick or treating, and so they started having them go to malls because malls were quote unquote safe spaces that that didn't have the no Satan in them and stuff like that. And so that.
Sorry.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Did you ever see that documentary on hell houses?
Hell houses?
Oh yeah, hell houses.
It's amazing. It's like these churches put on these haunted houses to get all the locals in there for a haunted house, but really
it's like based in reality, but extreme reality. So they'll go like it'll be like a fake abortion clinic, but really gory.
And then at the end, you have to basically sit there for a seminar for like half an hour, saying that Jesus Christ is your savior until they'll let you go.
So if you make the Jello with half the water, you need to warm it up in hot water, but it will congeal. No, you don't make the Jello. Okay, what you do is the Jello powder. You mix the Jello powder with the corn syrup. Okay, so you don't make the Jello, just the Jello powder. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know
why.
You
want the gelatin in the Jello.
Our blood just came out in cubes. It was really weird. No.
And it's really congealed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they just came out like Jello jigglers.
Yeah. The coroner was like I estimate that this person died perhaps last night before the before put in the refrigerator.
You like that? Is that tasty?
Let's see. And then I think I'm just gonna do a shadow of a camel.
Wait, I'll be right back. I have one more thing I need to retrieve. My chicken.
Okay. No worries.
But after that, I'll have no more disappearances.
Philo.
Here we go. Yeah, I'm still working on this panel. Because I'm kind of doing a lot of travel stuff, so.
And I'm hoping this disgustingly sweet iced chai latte from Starbucks will keep me awake today. Disgustingly sweet. Sorry?
Why, did you order it from Uber Eats or something?
Yeah. It's let's see, I got a iced chai latte with a lactose-free milk and non-dairy salted pecan cold foam and cinnamon dolce syrup and pecan crunch on top.
Nice.
It's ridiculous, but it tastes delicious. Oh, the camel looks great. I love this shit. How it's a shadow.
Yeah, I'm just doing that so I don't have to draw a camel.
Okay, I'll be right back.
What's the caption for this panel 3? Is it?
So this panel, let's see. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Let's see. Okay, it says the tracker lights up on Philo. Armand sees it and gets pissed. So that's your caption. Because that's from the audience.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Oh! I almost forgot. To tell you. I had my first prompter try and come on the show.
Your first what?
My first prompter.
Okay. What's
I
that?
tried. I had my first person that did AI art
Oh.
try and come on the show. And like, you know, like I was hostile. I was hostile to the prompter because I don't consider that art.
Right.
And you know, it's a plagiarism machine. And they're like, you know, but that's what you're doing is you're drawing stuff to prompt. So how is it different? And I'm like, it's different because I'm actually drawing the thing.
Right.
You know, it's you see the people drawing it, you know, it's not faked at all and stuff. And so yeah, so then they got hostile to me because I was hostile to them, but they deserved
Who are you talking about?
being a stupid prompter. I had my first prompter try and come on the show.
Oh,
I wasn't.
Yeah.
did you call them? You know what you should start doing is just do that whole inker tracer thing. Prompter, tracer.
No, an inker adds depth and
Oh, I know. I was just being a dumbass. I know. I'm just saying, but you know how like they used to call them tracers.
I know, but I'm not going to insult the work that an inker does.
That's fair.
But you know, by comparing them to a prompter, right? It's
No, that's
literally
true. It's
someone
not the same.
typing a description into something, and the computer does the work for them.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I had no idea AI jockeys were called prompters. Yeah, I'm not going to call them an artist.
AI jockeys. Yeah.
I'm not going to call him an artist. So, yeah. So I had my first prompter try and come on the show, and I was quite hostile, and then they got quite hostile, and then they're like, "Why are you being hostile?" And I'm like, "Because you're not an artist."
Pure and simple.
Yeah, you know, it's as simple as that. You're not an artist. Sorry. And you know, and of course they were like, "Oh, you're acting like you're elite," and I'm like, "No, I'm not acting like anything that I am not." Sergio Aragonis is his own inker. He does most of his drawings directly in ink. Chucky Baby does that to SOB. Yeah. I ink my own stuff too. I tend to like my own inks better than other people's inks on my stuff. And because I've inked my own stuff for years, I've also gotten to the point where my stuff is so loose in pencils that a lot of other people can't interpret it.
My pencils have gotten more and more simple as I've inked more and more of my own stuff.
Well, I mean, your pencils have really loosened up, you know,
Yeah.
in the last like 10 years or so.
Well, it helps from not actually drawing most of it. Armand is.
Let's see. Are you still okay? So
I
you're still on
couldn't
there.
remember. You said it so fast. I can't remember what you said.
Okay,
And
Philo
Gail says
lights
you're a
up.
gatekeeper. Amber.
Philo,
I'm a gatekeeper. That's fine. So what it was is the tracker lights up on Philo, and Armand sees it and gets pissed.
Okay.
It should be really obvious. Should it look like an assassin's red dot, or should it be like a giant green glow emanating from Philo?
I'm thinking like he has like part of his arm glow or something, like
Oh,
it was
okay.
installed in
Like,
him
installed in his
sleep.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah, in his sleep, you know.
Even creepier.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. What's up? Yeah, that's a camel.
Okay, I got the joke.
You know, I was talking to my cat at exactly the same time, and I said, "Hi, baby," and you said, "Hi, baby girl." I'm like, "Are you talking to my cat too?"
No, I got my baby
daughter.
girl
Yeah.
being my
to your
baby
daughter.
girl. Yeah. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll
That's a camel.
do this.
Camel.
Alice the camel has 2 homes.
There we go. So there, it looks like I totally planned it that way.
Alice the camel has 2 homes.
Yeah, camels are very cool. Their humps contain water, And so when they have very big humps, it's because they just drank water and filled themselves up. And when they're smaller, it's usually at the end of their walk, their travel, because they've used up all that water. Let's see. And then you're a gatekeeper, says Dale. And then Kate says, yep, just kidding. I'm fond of Amber. It wasn't lazy. If I wasn't lazy, I'd stalk her. And does Robin know I went to the Billy Ireland Museum in Columbus, Ohio last week? I thought the humps were fully fat. They are fat, but they contain the fat cells. It's how it holds the water. It's like,
that's why they say a camel can like go for so long without drinking. When you don't drink, they're like, "What are you, a camel?" Because they have all their water in their humps. And yes, I know you went to the Billy Ireland Museum, and I also know that you were incredibly disappointed by the Billy Ireland Museum. And I don't blame you, because it sounds really sad.
You want some more?
yeah. I guess I'll just make all this gray.
Yum.
I guess I'll just make all this gray down here.
See?
And then we'll just do this. Okay.
So when I was on the game show last month, or a couple months ago, that was one of my questions, was what type of camel has one hump or two humps? Dromedary?
You were on a game show?
Uh-huh.
What game show?
It was on Split Second.
Ooh.
We won $1,000.
Yay,
Good for
$1,000 you didn't have before.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good
I
for
think
you.
Yeah.
It's not easy to win stuff. I don't care what anybody says.
Although I have to say, one of the coolest things was one of the last things in the lightning round, the questions I knew the answers to were a Columbo question, a Fraser question, and about RGB color. So like my total wheelhouse.
Yes. Okay, so you're doing panel 3. I'm on panel 4. So what happens after the tracker lights up? Let's see. The fat contains the water. Is it in the fat cells? Yes. They keep the water in their blood camels. And then I regret not going full Ocean's 11 and looting the museum. It is really not well guarded. And oh, what were the questions, says Dale. So before we go on with more of the questions, guys, I need to know kind of like what goes on after it lights up. So the tracker lights up on Philo and Armand is annoyed. What happens? Does he like bite it out of him? Do we come back?
Well, do they even know what it is? Like, can they figure that out? Or maybe it's some weird, I don't know. It's his glowing soul. Like, do they even know that that's what that is? Is Bluto has put a tracker in him? How would they figure that out?
Armand knows, says Magic Marmot. Armand knows.
What's the background?
The light on the tracker says your warranty has expired, says Dale. Well, no, if the warranty expired, come on. No, he just pressed it. If the warranty expired, then Bluto wouldn't be able to track him. So the warranty can't expire. But yeah, what happens after the tracker goes off?
What's the background on this thing? Are they still in the void?
They are at the battered Philo shelter. So the only kind of background I drew was a coffee machine, and a banner that said battered Philo shelter and some chairs. So let's see. Armand dons surgical garb and removes the tracker, says Magic Marmot. The light on the tracker says your warranty has expired. Okay, let's see. So Armand dons surgical garb and removes the tracker. Okay. Okay, I'll say.
I feel like the other Philos should be involved in this somehow. Are they like nurses in the operation?
That's kind of what I was gonna do. Yeah, I was gonna kind of go with that whole thing. So yeah, I was thinking we have like suddenly they're in a surgical bay. Let's see. Battered Philo shelter. Are their Philos covered in tempura batter or cake batter?
Ha ha, Dale. That's a good gag.
Yeah, and just for humor's sake, we call it a battered Philo shelter. But we, just to reiterate, we are talking about a serious subject of somebody leaving a serious relationship that is not good for them, and so in the end, we want him to be free, right?
Yes.
It used to be like that movie Enough.
Let's see. Okay, and then we'll have like the little thing, where they have like the paper that they cut the hole in, for your surgery,
Right.
and it's like they only do the surgery in the
I
hole.
have it in his left hand, if that helps.
Yeah, I saw which one it was. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one big bowl of cake batter is often soothing after a big breakup. You're not supposed to eat the batter. There's raw eggs in it.
Salmonella.
Yeah, you're supposed to cook the batter.
I like to live on the edge.
Yeah.
The edge of salmonella.
The edge of 17, the edge of salmonella.
Yeah. It's pretty much those lyrics are interchangeable with salmonella. So.
He says you can eat the batter, but you're not supposed to eat the batter. There's raw eggs in it. It's like cookie dough. You're not supposed to eat cookie dough too. Yeah, batter also has raw flour in it, which I'm not sure how well we digest. Yeah, see? Batter has raw flour in it. Like, you're not supposed to eat the batter. Let's see. I guess we'll have a scalpel.
Oh, was somebody asking me questions about the questions? Is that what that was about?
Yeah, Dale wanted to know what the questions were.
Okay, so the ones I can remember are it was what characters are known for, or what TV shows are known for these catchphrases. The first one is just one more thing, which was Columbo.
Yeah.
The second one was I'm listening, which is Frasier.
Oh, that's Frasier, yeah.
And then the third one was I can't remember what the third one was. I didn't get that one right. That one was it was House. And I thought that the
House would be Everybody Lies.
It was Everybody Lies. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought that House, because I hadn't watched too much House. I thought House's catchphrase was "It's always lupus."
No. His catchphrase is "Everybody lies."
Everybody does lie.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was.
What's the catchphrase of Tim Roth from the TV series "Lie to Me"?
I don't remember. I never watched that series.
And the
That's
other
a good one.
was,
I don't remember either, but I just thought it was funny. "Lie to Me."
It was basically in Roy G. What's that thing? Or the color of red, orange, yellow. The letter.
It's Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
So they asked what the number of letters were, and it was 3 letters
7.
was red, and 4 letters was blue. Those are the 2 I got, and then 5 letters was green. So, but that's all I got through the lightning round was that.
Let's see. Attach the tracker to a passing homing pigeon and send it flying back to Bluto.
You should put it in one of the other battered Philos.
Well, that's dark.
That doesn't help the other battered Philo.
That's
just
what I'm
helps
saying.
one
It's dark.
Philo. Yeah, that only helps one Philo, not like all the Philos.
Hey, it's every man for himself.
How about he takes it back to the battered Philo and begins to teach them all boxing?
They're still at the battered Philo shelter.
Okay, then have them teach them boxing.
Ian says that they should learn boxing.
Especially from Armand, the 8-armed octopus.
Yeah. So that's Ian's suggestion, is that they learn how to box.
I agree.
Just like that movie Enough with J-Lo.
That's what she said when she married Ben Affleck.
Oh. No, I thought she said taco, taco, burrito, burrito, taco.
My name is Jennifer Lopez. Oh, Ben.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a bad joke. That was a South Park joke.
I'm offended.
Yes, I know it was a South Park joke.
Yeah.
You got me doing it.
Yeah, now I got Ian doing it, going taco, taco. Yeah, I'm sorry. My favorite part of that episode is like when Jennifer Lopez, the hand, is on the date with Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
and like
who goes
Cartman
down?
doesn't want any part to do with it, and then suddenly, she's going down on Ben Affleck, and it's like technically that's child molestation.
Yep, it sure is.
Yeah.
Oh, that show puts so many boundaries, and I love it.
Yeah.
I've actually sadly stopped watching it. I've got to catch up on it again because I was kind of offended by the whole when they got mad about all the woke agenda of Disney and they were making fun of Kathleen Kennedy. I haven't watched it all yet, but I was like, come on, guys. But at least they make fun of everyone equally.
Well, I don't know. They had some good points about put a chick in it, make her lame and gay.
Is that what it was? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, we have Indiana Jones. Okay, put a chick in it and make her lame and gay. Okay, here's our new Star Wars movie. Put a chick in it and make her lame and gay. And that was that. And the thing is it was a Cartman from another universe as the evil Kathleen Kennedy. The good Kathleen Kennedy was just misguided and wanted to do the best for Star Wars, but then got the evil Kathleen Kennedy, which was a Cartman from another universe, to come into this universe to try and save Disney Star Wars here. So you really do need to see the episode.
Yeah, I do. I shouldn't get mad. I wasn't really mad because I've loved them since the beginning of time, and I respect that they make fun of everyone equally, and I especially love it when they make fun of Canadians.
Let's see. Okay,
and I respect them for not doing Trump. Like this year, they're just like, no, we're not doing any more lip service. It's boring, and there's no point.
I think it's because they're Trump supporters. Honestly,
no, they're libertarians.
Yeah, well,
that's about as close to
yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
not saying it's right, but they're not. I don't think they're Trump supporters.
Okay, I'm done with
There's a lot of people that are supporting him that are quote unquote doing it for business decisions. And
that's why I'm doing it. No,
yeah. Okay. So we have some suggestions here. Kay says that the tracker should be attached to a passing homing pigeon, putting the tracker on a tracker, and then Philo or Phi-Li. And then Dale says, shouldn't the battered Philo shelter be a bakery? I love how Jennifer Lopez turned out to be a drifter pretending to be Jennifer Lopez. And then no, they don't make fun of everybody equally. There are a few celebrities they fear. And did you watch the one? They didn't make Kathleen Kennedy mindlessly bad. They gave her an allegory. And there's enough political angst already. And there are no such things as libertarians. Libertarians are GOPers who want to date Dem chicks and smoke weed.
I'm dying to know, who do you think the South Park guys are actually afraid of? Who?
Not the
they got
Church
fuck
of
you money. They got fuck you money. They can't do anything. They can do you know what I mean? Nobody can. I mean, they freaking had Muhammad in their opening credits since the third season, and the studio got all verklempt about when they did the episode about Muhammad, and it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm dying to know what Dale says. I am so curious to know who they're afraid of.
They've gone after Scientology. I don't know. I think that there's people they don't want to offend because they want them on their show. Let's see. I think they're afraid of being put on the Clinton assassination list as micromastrophobia. There's no Clinton assassination
There is
list.
no
And
Clinton.
Robin, I will message you about this later. Trust me, there are some they fear, says Dale. Of course, off air. Off air. Yeah, where things can't be backed up or double checked.
Like Suge Knight.
What, Ian?
Yeah, they dangled Trey Parker off a balcony in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. Ian told me that story. And they can't prove it, that's what happened to him.
No, it was
I guess
Vanilla Ice. I was being a smartass.
Yeah. Can't prove that story. You know, I guess there was no witnesses.
I got this weird little display box. And I'm trying to figure out what to put in it.
That is kind of a weird display box.
It's like
It
it had a glass cover, but it got wrecked, so I took it off.
It
has
looks
these
like it's
little
for like
lights.
micro machines or something.
So can I see your panel?
Oh, sure, sure. That's my panel. Is I'm doing them removing Philo.
It's
Here, we'll give them a
came with this like little string of lights. So see, it lights up, and then it's got these stickers on the top of the platform. So I was thinking of putting like my Lego figures, you know, my little Legos on there.
Yeah.
In there, but I'm not sure because it's for a group of something.
Well, like I said, it looks like a micro machine.
Like
platform.
I could put my Charles Burns action figures in there, and my Jim Woodring. Yeah, maybe I should put my Charles Burns and my Jim Woodring toys. Because or maybe because I also have like one Pete bag and one.
That's pretty cool display case.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was only like $20 on Amazon.
It looks like they're all about ready to play, or they're like at a coffee house or something. It's like
yeah, I guess. Well, I kind of think it's sort of like mushrooms because they're all different levels.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to hang it on a wall though. That's dumb.
So you picked up the display case because it looked cool without knowing what you're going to put into it?
Yeah. Yeah. I have enough little toys that there's definitely something. It's not like impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, so my panel is what now?
So again, we were trying to figure out what's going on with the tracker. And we had some suggestions that the tracker should be put on a homing pigeon, that it should be like put into another Philo. Let's see, attach the tracker to a passing homing pigeon and send it back to Bluto. Let's see, it looks like a Star Wars bar scene about your display case.
That's like
that's really the only suggestion we have is to add it to a homing pigeon and that it flies back to Bluto.
But then that's not a yes and answer. Does that make sense? It shuts a lot of stuff down. I really feel like he should show up and be like, look at all these Philos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some fun.
Yeah, I think that's your caption is Bluto shows up.
Okay. So it's basically in the midst of your operation.
Yeah. And then what we'll do is after Bluto shows up, I'll cut to the dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some of my toys and see if I can put them on here and what it looks like.
All right. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I haven't done the removal of the tracker yet.
That's true. Should we remove? Show. I mean,
I have Armand. Well, I have Armand removes the tracker. I could say Armand starts to remove the tracker. To remove the tracker. Yeah, starts to remove the tracker. Here we go. Let me draw some more Philo feet. So it's the illusion of more Philo standing up there. The illusion of more Philo standing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so if I'm going to cut back to the dog, what is going on with the dog? What is going on with the dog? Let's see. Duplicate layer. So you're on panel 5, I'm on panel 6.
Right.
Wait till you see the goodies I have. The goodies. Okay, it should work out perfectly. The first toys I'm going to show you are the Charles Burns action figures.
That's cool. So Charles Burns, these are just characters he makes or what?
So, okay, what this grouping is it's like Seattle Fantagraphics cartoonists. Although I don't actually know where Charles Burns is from, but he's a Fantagraphics cartoonist. If you don't know the name, you really need to look him up because his ink work is insane. He did a comic called Black Hole, which is an allegory for AIDS, about a bunch of teenagers that grow mutations after they've had sex. So that's what these characters are from, is Black Hole. And so, yeah, there's nobody on this planet that does comics like Charles Burns.
Yeah, maybe stir fry.
Here, let me show you one of the girls.
You stole my drink. I'll be right back.
Here's like a praying mantis girl. Amber, you see?
Yeah, I'm back.
She's a praying mantis girl.
Nice.
And then here's another one of the girls. She's like an octopus girl.
That's cool.
So they were like those little Japanese gotcha toys.
I've seen Black Hole. I just haven't read it yet. Scotch has strong removable adhesive tapes. You might tear the paint off the wall, though, says Dale, talking about hanging it up on the wall. And then give it to the dog, a homing pigeon, not a homing chicken, and let the mushrooms play with the tracker. And then Dale has it, says Magic Marvin.
Okay, the next guy is Jim Woodring. These are the little Jim Woodring toys.
Nice.
And his creatures are wacky.
So, where are we going with the dog? Where are we going with the dog?
I don't know.
The last time we left
off,
with
they were torturing him because he lost a bet, right?
Well, we don't know what's going on with him. The last time he was a Kira dog.
Oh, right. But are these his fantasies? Or are they real?
Pluto sees all the Philos and is stunned, thinking about all of the violence he can partake in. That's cool. That's cool. So Bakersfield, says Dale. So he should be in Bakersfield with the giant.
And then the last one, because I have 12 spots,
thermometer?
Is I have one.
Is that what's going
heat
on?
bag.
Okay. Okay, I can do that.
See this one? This is a Pete bag.
Nice.
He does the comic Hate, which was a quintessential grunge comic of the 90s.
Nice. I think
what the hell's in Bakersfield? I don't get it.
Bakersfield has a giant thermometer. It used to be the world's largest thermometer in it. And then I like the formal Japanese tea.
I think that's still the high point of going to Bakersfield.
Well, don't forget, there's alien fresh jerky. also in Bakersfield.
Well,
And,
I
and
thought
I
that
do
was
have,
on the way to. I've stayed there. I've gone there. That's on the way to Las Vegas. It's just outside. Or is there another one?
Yeah, but Alien Fresh Jerky is it's the jerky stand in Bakersfield, and it's good jerky. So yeah, we'll do like a Japanese tea room
in Bakersfield.
Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? No. There. Okay, excellent. Why are we erasing? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I've been having technical problems like you wouldn't believe. Just not. I don't do enough digital art to really know what I'm doing.
Well,
it's Dale says that you guys are talking about Barstow and not Bakersfield.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Okay. All right. I'm having tech issues. Okay. Okay. There's nothing I can do about it right now. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to have to delete this this layer. Because for whatever reason, that layer is screwed up. Okay, there we go. You can take my card and go buy some A&D. That would help.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, my daughter is crying. She just has a bad diaper rash right now, and she's upset about it.
Doesn't feel good, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Pseudo cream.
Yeah.
That's the best thing in my 11 years of daycare. Pseudo cream works amazing.
Yeah, she's had sensitivities to some creams and stuff. So we found the A&D works really well for her.
A&D have
and lots of running around naked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does A&D have anything outside of diaper rash that it's used for? Because I remember having that when I was a kid, but once my brother was a certain age, we never saw it again in the house.
Well, it is used for bed sores in elder care. And it's used a lot in elder care. And then if somebody has mobility issues and stuff, it's used like against bed sores and things, like if they sit in a chair a lot and stuff like that. Yeah. Dogs love Bakersfield, thermometers, and Barstow. I guess we were talking about Barstow. Oh my God, you guys are talking about Barstow, not Bakersfield. Bakersfield has the Bakersfield Comic Con, as mentioned on The Big Bang Theory. Sergio used to go to that con. Bakersfield has Freddy's Steak Burgers and frozen custard, and the epic Bosk Eateries, Benji, and the Wool Growers. They also have a nice used bookshop with way too many used Bibles. Butts needs to be properly cleaned, dried, powdered, and buffed and waxed. Most parents forget to wax and buff. So yes, we're gonna.
I cannot put those toys in that case. They are too big.
Well, now you know.
I wonder if my mini brands are too big. Probably are. My alcoholic mini brands might fit on them.
Okay.
Maybe that's what I'll do then.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll put those mini brands, those alcoholic beverages I got in there.
Oh, the ones that you're gonna make?
Yeah, the little resin. Because the platter, the little trays fit in there, but I don't know if they have 12 of them. I certainly don't have 12 yet.
Freddy's Steak Burgers is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, they totally have 12 of them. It's the first thing I saw when I looked at the book.
And then my mom swears by Turtle Wax, says Dale, and then your mom's a Turtle Wax, says Magic Marmot.
Pseudo cream is amazing, and when I'm old, I'm going to have tons of it, because I'm not going to accept anything else for my bed sores. I'm sad because one of the olds at the care home that I work at, she's 100 and she's not dead or dying, but they said she's not coming back because she fell a couple weeks ago, and I guess she needs more. She's not an independent liver anymore. She needs more care.
Yeah.
So she's going into a better care place, because ours is like independent living, right? Like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it allows them to be able to be more autonomous.
Exactly. Because we have quite a few people with dementia. Like, one of our guys is convinced that there's a young man living in his room. And in fact, a couple of days ago, he asked me to go to his room and get him out. But what's happening is, because his dementia is so deep, he's looking in the mirror and thinking it's a stranger.
Yeah.
So they're going to cover his mirrors and hope that helps with the triggering.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, do that. We'll have like kind of
The Dr. Armand is excellent. He's got a little medical mask on.
Yeah. The nice thing about mini alcohol bottles is you can pretend to be a giant. You have a giant drinking problem.
Alice in Wonderland.
See, Armand also took the opportunity to remove Philo's stomach in the process.
Why did he remove Philo's stomach?
Just because.
Oh,
just fine.
Okay.
He already did the copay, so why not?
Well, I mean, we do know that Philo can regenerate, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I saw the Deadpool Wolverine movie yesterday.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
I enjoyed it.
My favorite scene was when he was going through all the different realities and finding all the different comic book Wolverines. That made me laugh so hard.
Yes, because you're like, I know that Wolverine. I know that Wolverine. Yes.
That's Apocalypse X. That's blah blah. That's what. Yeah. I loved it. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, I during that scene I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. That's from this. And Ian's like, okay, I have no idea, but it's cool.
And then, the other thing I realized is kind of sad is that the uniform, the one that was wearing throughout the movie, Wolverine, that yellow one, that's the one that John Cassidy designed.
Yeah.
And John Cassidy died last month.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's kind of sad.
Who was the editor that was saying like my name should be big on that screen?
Oh, that was Roy Thomas. He was the one that came after Stan Lee, actually. Stan Lee handed the reins over to him in the 70s, I think it was.
Yeah.
He's famous for bringing Conan to the Marvel stable.
Mm-hmm.
But the people's main complaint with the claiming of credit was that he was conveniently doing it after the other creditors or creators had passed away.
Yeah.
Like, I think Glenn Wein had died recently, and then he all of a sudden started making claims to credit after he died, which is a low blow. It's crass. And I mean, dude, you have so much credit to your name already. It's, I don't know, maybe he's just like, oh, there's a gap where Stan Lee, now that Stan Lee's dead, I might as well fill it. I don't know.
I gotta write that.
Some people are like that, where they're like, oh man, this is an awful behavior, you shouldn't do it, right? And then they start doing the same behavior later.
Yeah, it's true. Like, it's almost like, for example, Jim Shooter, people have sort of rewritten his history a little, and he's been a little bit lionized lately, and he was one of the proponents of not getting creators back their work. He didn't give a shit at all.
Yeah. Which is funny because his stuff, the
Valiant?
Well, no, I was thinking Foot Soldiers.
Oh, okay.
Foot Soldiers, he'll go after anybody who tries to make Foot Soldiers fan art.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll just go after you. He'll send
he is litigious.
Everything. And it's like, but it's like, it's fan art. Don't you want people to enjoy the fan art? I don't know. And so yes. So meanwhile, back with the dog, we have the dog doing a tea ceremony.
The mushrooms have accepted the dog as one of their own.
I guess so. Yeah.
The other thing I'll say about Deadpool, and this is not a spoiler, is I was actually quite surprised by how many F words there were in it. I don't remember that much F wording in the last two. I mean, there was a lot of swearing, but this one just had a lot of F words.
Well, he wanted to have that hard R, and one of the things, I follow Ryan Reynolds' YouTube channel, and so a lot of the behind the scenes stuff for Wolverine and Deadpool, he shared on there and stuff, and like the writing, there was a lot of scenes that they wanted to do. They wanted to have She-Hulk in it.
That would have been excellent.
Yeah, they even had Tatiana Mansley on set in her rig suit and stuff, but her energy didn't match the energy of the other actors. And
she's pretty, She-Hulk is funny, but it's like she's like a laid back funny. It's different.
Exactly, and they wanted intensity for Deadpool and Wolverine. But the joke that they were making is that she was in she was in the void, right? And she's like, why am I here? I'm part of Marvel, right? and they're like, oh well, if no one broke it to you, right? And then she starts fighting Wolverine, but they cut that bit, right? Of her like not knowing why she's there, and so like not realizing that her show was cut.
Because the incels were so offended by your TV show, we had to get rid of you.
Ian and I watched the show.
I loved it.
I liked everything except for the last episode. I thought that they wrote themselves into a corner and didn't know how to write themselves out.
I got to watch it again because I don't remember what happened in the end. But my only complaint while watching it was that it was
a setup. They had all this setup that her blood is stolen, that the dude's trying to date her, that the super rich guy wants to be like her. They had all this setup. They had the gala. They had all this. And then it's like, just throw it out the window and have a talk with Kevin Feige. And that was it. That's how they ended the show. And it was just like, I'm sorry, it's a Marvel show. They should have had a big fight. It's a superhero show. Where's my big fight?
I agree, but in the comics, she's notorious for breaking the fourth wall. So that's probably what they were doing.
Yeah,
yes, but they broke the fourth wall throughout the whole thing. They still could have had her break the fourth wall during the fight. Where's my fight?
No, that's true. Allie McHulk. My complaint was that it was a complete missed opportunity to have Megan Thee Stallion on the show and not have her do a song or a credit scene or whatever. The song that they did use for the closing credit scene of that episode was amazing. And I thought initially at first it was Megan Thee Stallion, but it's a British girl.
Did you know that twerking scene costs almost $1 million to make?
Because of her? They had to pay her?
No. The twerking, because of the rigging.
The mechanics of her butt?
And to pay the animators to make She-Hulk twerk in that scene cost almost $1 million in labor to pay the animators to make She-Hulk twerk.
This sounds like some information Dale would love to know.
That is a waste of a pile of money.
Yeah, but Disney has a pile of money.
It didn't advance the story forward, and all it did was upset fans.
It's just supposed to be fun. Come on.
All right, I'm done
Yeah.
with this one.
Yeah. So okay. So I don't know. Do we continue with the dog? Do we go back to Bluto?
No,
What
I want to continue with the dog because, like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
He's in the middle of a tea ceremony.
Yeah, and then what happens after that?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. Let's see.
It's completely
Marlon
absurd.
Fossil-
So I have no hat in this ring at all.
Let's see. Where is the giant letter T? And then there was a lot of butt
I think
stuff
Mr.
in
T
the
should
Wolverine
be there.
Deadpool flick. Ryan Reynolds is an
Yeah,
asterisk.
see, like that's what I'm saying. It's absurd. Put Mr. T in it.
I say to the fool who don't drink mine, they eat my cookie. No.
Just
Have
pay
you ever
a
heard the
stand-in
story
ask
about
me.
why his name is Mr. T? I heard about it like a week ago.
Why is
No.
that?
It's a racism thing. He's like, nobody's gonna fucking ever call me boy.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm Mr. You will call me Mr. T.
I just now was thinking about was it Heat of the Night when they called me Mr. Tibbs? I wondered if
Yes.
it was part of that.
No,
Okay.
it's just like all throughout history, right? Black men were always called boy. You know, like it
Yeah.
really derogatory. Like you're a child, you're
That's-
less than, right?
That's
And
also
so he was,
that's also why black men started calling each other man. And,
Yeah.
and, you know, is because they hated being called boy. And so black musicians started calling each other man. And that's where we got man from. So it's like, oh man, you know, even that comes from
Huh, interesting.
those jazz musicians. Let's see. All the Philos swarm Bluto to give Philo and Armand a chance to escape.
Ooh,
Yep.
that's fun.
Yeah. So
great job, Magic Marmot. I think that's it.
So
Uh,
that's me, right?
yes. So you're on panel 7.
Okay.
Draw millions of them because they have the capability to regenerate. So they could just start popping up like multiple man. They're all swarming Bluto.
They're all swarming. So yeah, so all the Philos swarm Bluto to give Philo and Armand a chance to escape. So what happens after that? Do we go back?
I think that they should go down a secret water slide that leads somewhere really cool. Because I was just reading
Secret
about
water
Goonies.
slide!
Because I was just reading about Goonies, and I think that if that's like an abuse help area, you know what I mean? It's going to be like the Underground Railway. There's going to be like some secret, you know, routes out of there in case this sort of thing actually happens, which it has. No, I don't think there should be a Bluto and Philo fight scene. I think what's going to happen, not now, but in the future, is going to be Bluto and Armand, and it's going to be killer.
Oh, that's fun. Hopefully
Like
next
Deadpool and Wolverine.
week. Hopefully next week, so I don't have to drive. No.
Yeah, you know, a million Blutos, a million
Okay,
Philos.
So what do we got? All the Philos swarm Bluto?
Yeah, the Philos are swarming Bluto to allow our Philo and Armand to escape.
So you could put them like in the corner, really tiny, sneaking out a door or something.
Okay, that sounds good.
But then the next image is them plummeting onto a water slide. And it's epic. It's not just like, whoosh. It's like, and it goes everywhere like a roller coaster.
All right, here we go.
Okay, we'll do
I think
this.
my pace is
and
better
then batter
this time.
slide.
Last time I was getting the hang of things over here.
Let's slaughter wide, says Magic Marmot. They want it to be a cake batter slide.
Jeez.
I mean, I don't think you're going to slide very far in batter.
Yeah, I think I imagine the friction would be like too much for the sliding motion. Yeah.
So the Goonies factoid that I learned the other day that was really cool was that they didn't let the kids see the ship because they wanted to record the kids' actual real reaction when they saw them. So they like had them blindfolded, backed them in, and then they were like, "Okay, you got to go underwater because we want to shoot you coming out of the water because you've just gotten off the slide and seeing the whole thing." And so they're all honest reactions except for freaking Josh Brolin swore when he saw it, and they were like, "We can't," like they couldn't retake it because it wasn't just it was never natural or good enough. So they found a way to like edit it so you didn't hear him say it.
Yeah. So my ex's father was a costumer on Goonies,
Nice.
and she got to ride the water slide when she was a little girl.
That's cool.
Holy dream come true.
I know.
That's incredible. How did she feel? Was it scary? Was it like super, like, what was it like?
She said it was fun. I don't remember too much. I know she said that they used to do that. She at that same time, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was being filmed, so she kind of saw a little bit of that. There was another movie too.
What a life! Holy cow! For a kid, that's excellent.
He was actually in one of the third Karate Kid as well.
Nice.
Yeah, of all the Karate Kids to be in, he was in the third. But
hey, that was Hilary Swank's first movie.
oh no, the next Karate Kid. That was the fourth one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's when he was so her father, was a costumer on all these movies. He was a costumer on Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which that impressed me. Mm-hmm. And a friend of his told me a story where he was on site with this costumer, and at that time, this guy was assistant to William Shatner. Okay, and they're out talking outside, and they're just getting along and everything going on. And Shatner pops his head out and he says, "Hey, I need somebody to help me get in my costume. Or come over here." And this friend of mine yells at him, "Put your own damn pants on, Captain Kirk." I thought that was great.
And the next day, that man was fired.
Well, the thing is about those costumes on the motion picture they really did need help in and out of them just to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. The shoes were part of the pants. And you remember the ones it was the little white tight shirts that they had in that first one?
Actually, holy crap, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Magic Marmot's like, I want to see a Karate Kid video where they're all 70 crotchety kid. They're doing a fifth one. It's got Jackie Chan in it.
Yeah, Jackie Chan and
Ralph Macchio. And Ralph Macchio. Yeah.
I don't know. The last Karate Kid that they made, like, Jackie Chan knows Kung Fu's not karate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Jackie, come on.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah. Because I'm sorry, like Karate Kid.
He's not Japanese either, so Morita or Pat Morita? He was Japanese.
Yeah. Did you know that he was also in an internment camp, same as George Takei when they were
Really?
kids?
I didn't know that.
I'm not surprised. Yeah. It's awful. They never talk about those internment camps in school. And I didn't even learn about them until I moved to Vancouver and I saw an art exhibit by Ansel Adams, and he had done a whole series of photographs about the internment camps in Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, Cobra Kai was an epic show, says Dale. And then the kids who worked the Goldflood water slides called them bladder slides for obvious reasons. Yeah.
It was more than just a land grab. It was like an everything grab. Because you'd have people that have been doctors in that community for like 30 years, and all of a sudden they're a Japanese spy. Well, they're Korean. Doesn't matter. They're a Japanese spy. Put them in the camp and take everything.
Yeah, and they took their bank accounts, they took their land, they took ownership of vehicles, they took ownership of other things that they would have, like horses, and they took the horses from like this Japanese family, and they said they needed it for the war effort, and all they did was kill the horses and then can the meat for soldiers.
Yeah, it was just greed, pure and simple.
Yeah, it's just awful. George Takei's comic memoir that he made about it is actually very interesting.
Oh, yeah. He didn't play about it.
I'm glad he decided to do it because honestly, like, there's so much history being glossed over. Like, I think I was in Vancouver when I heard about that guy who was like, the Holocaust is a myth, it never happened, and people actually believe that, and you're just like, this is messed up. Like, how could anyone get to a point where they believe that was fake? Like, maybe because you've never been inside a concentration camp like I have, but I went to Dachau and you feel it You feel
Yeah.
the evil, you feel the death, and the proof of it is freaking everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you can sit there and say, "Oh, the moon landing was recorded on a studio." Well, I'm not saying it was, but I'm saying I could see how you could make that argument. It's easy to enclose stuff like that, but like, you can't fake a Holocaust. You can't fake a Holocaust.
So there is a
And for the record, I
podcast.
believe the moon landing happened. I'm just
There-
for the record.
There's a podcast called put out by Rachel Maddow called Ultra that's very interesting because it's talking about how Nazi propaganda has perpetuated in the United States since World War II and continues to this day. And she lays out all these arguments and all this evidence, the fact that these talking points from the 1940s are still being repeated to this day. You know,
Well, they're effective.
the Haitians eating cats and dogs stuff is right out of a Nazi propaganda pamphlet. Right. Only instead of it being Haitians, it was Jews. And so it's interesting that this stuff never goes away, but it never gets taught. You know, and it needs to get taught so people realize when it pops up again that history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And we need to realize that, you know, otherism.
And also, people need to be freaking educated on what a fascist is, what a communist empire is like, what a dictatorship is like. Like, well, Canada is not a fascist dictatorship, but everybody's sitting there going, "Oh, Trudeau's so evil. We gotta get rid of him." I'm like, there's gonna be an election next year. You're gonna vote in the Conservative Party. It's gonna be a fucking mess because he's an idiot. But you're gonna get what you want. You hate him so much for no reason. But it's insane. I don't know. It's almost like because Biden stepped down from the race, our media and our government thinks that they can, I don't know, insist that he resign, our prime minister. And I'm not saying our prime minister's perfect, but he hasn't done anything that warrants that being booted out of the freaking office. There's going to be an election and it'll get booted out then because Canada is very reactionary when it comes to government. Like, we have liberals, they get pissed off, we go conservative. We have conservatives, they get pissed off, we go liberals. They don't think about what they're doing. It's just reactionary. And right now, the conservative guy is this French Canadian idiot. But doesn't matter. I'm telling you, he's going to be elected.
So is he from Quebec?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so is he going to try to separate Quebec? Bye, Dale.
No, he's not like that. Bye, Dale. It's good talking to you. Oh, now all of a sudden it's really quiet.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that's Canadian politics. Like I said, there'll be an election next year and it'll all come to the forefront. But it was like after COVID, people were so angry they needed to blame someone. And so there's trucks that drive around the city covered in stickers and flags that are like, "Oh, Trudeau," and "Canada is a dictatorship," and, you know, "anti-vax idiots," and "don't be a sheeple." Like, okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah, don't be a sheeple. The last time
had a guy come into my store today, the butcher shop, with a MAGA hat on.
Make America Great Again? Was he Canadian?
Yeah, we get him. We Go Brandon's another one. I've had a couple of those. We've got Trump t-shirts. It's not even your fucking country.
It's not even your politics.
I know, but that's the idiots that live here.
It's not even your politics. Like, that would be like me wearing a Go Trudeau shirt. You know?
Exactly.
Like, you know, and from my understanding, Trudeau, he hasn't been the most popular prime minister, but he hasn't been the worst one either.
That's what I'm saying. Canada is reactionary. And, you know, the thing is I have this coworker who's Mennonite, and her sister lives in Texas. And one of the reasons her sister is voting for Trump is because everything was better under Trump. And I'm like, it got that way because of what Obama did. It's not better now, and it's not better around the world. So, like, are you going to blame all these expenses rising around the world on Biden? Yeah. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, but the taxes were lower, and we could afford stuff, and blah, 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 blah. That's not Trump who did that.
I'm sorry. People didn't have toilet paper under Trump. He kept, he kept lying about like how bad COVID was.
And using false medical stuff that could kill you, like what the quinine
that Trump did during his presidency that I'm like, okay, that was a good idea, was Space Force. That's the only thing I can get behind is expanding the military into a space force. I think it's a stupid name, but I like the idea. Because the Air Force, it was too much for the Air Force to absorb. And so now they can have a whole branch of government dedicated to that, considering that, it's not that much to be able to take a rocket and fly a nuclear bomb up there and just have it come over and land onto another country, right? And so with rockets during the Cold War and stuff, those rockets would stay in the atmosphere and they were easier to track within the atmosphere with radar. But when you leave the atmosphere, radar no longer works, which is why you need a space force. Mm-hmm. So again, that's the only thing that Trump did that I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. But that wasn't Trump's idea. That was someone in his cabinet's idea. That was somebody saying, you need to sign this. But yeah.
Well, it's going to be curious to see what's going to happen in your little world in a month.
Oh man, I want to vote for Kamala Harris. I want to vote for the first female president. And I was talking with Ian about it the other day, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm a third-class citizen. He says, no, women are second-class citizens. I said, no, women are third-class citizens. Black men got the right to vote first. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Civil rights before lady rights. We're still not in the Constitution.
Black men got the right to have a bank account first, to have a credit card first, to be able to divorce on their own first. All of these things were rights that black men got before women, before even white women, and I'm not saying that white women should have gotten them first. I'm just saying that like all women should have probably gotten these rights before,
or maybe at the same time. Let's say at the same time.
All these rights everyone should have all these rights, right? But black men got them first, right? And that order, that pecking order, shows that women are at the bottom.
They were staging hunger strikes in the United States in the 70s, trying to get women onto the Constitution. And it still hasn't happened. It only, 2 years ago, the last state finally agreed to change it. Not that they were going to, but they agreed, yes, it should be changed.
Yeah.
That was the last state was like a couple of years ago, but it still hasn't been changed. They've just agreed that it should be changed.
So we are at time. I think
I just finished my drawing.
Oh, good. It has been a progression, but we're far more equal than we have been in history, says Magic Marmot.
True.
No, that is not true. We were much more equal before written language. Because that has been proven through paleological record and archaeology and things like that women were appreciated far more before the written word than they ever were after the written word. I'm not saying the written word did that. I'm just saying that
down with reading.
Men were in charge when writing happened. But it's theorized by some that women maybe invented writing. They who knows?
So it was easier to oppress them?
No, it's that they believe that women were the bookkeepers in Mesopotamia.
Oh.
And so that's why they because the first written language that we have that we understand is cuneiform. And so the cuneiform was basically written to tally, like how much copper you had, how much wheat you had, how much, I paid 7 donkeys to this person in exchange for his clay bricks, And so they kept these clay tablets, and then the language expanded from that tally keeping to communication between city-states. And so they would have, I need the 7 donkeys over here if you can send those. And then it would be, hey, quit sending your armies. And, it expanded from there. But they think that those first languages were probably made by women, and men were doing the fighting and women were doing the little cuniforms. Anyway, I digress.
Let me see your panel. That looks pretty cool. Is that the water slide?
That's a water slide. Yeah, I kind of did it a little cheapy. But yes, that's the water slide, and they're getting their picture taken at the end.
That's great.
Yeah, and
I like their arms are up.
Yeah, but what I do need to do is down here. See, secret water slide. wait. I need to get it so it's like that. Okay, there we go.
Well, we got a lot done today. We progressed this story pretty well.
Yeah, we did. Bluto is being attacked by a bunch of Philos, and he showed up, and then the dog is doing a tea ceremony. And so I'm going to show the tea ceremony again, because I think I did a pretty good job on the tea ceremony.
That's a good drawing.
Yeah, meanwhile, back with the dog. The dog's in the middle of a mushroom tea ceremony. And then, let's see what else. And Armand starts to remove the tracker with all the Philos. And then, and then Bluto uses his tracker, and he's traveling. He's on his way.
I love that camel. That camel's awesome.
The scooter is cool too.
I like him on the plane.
I was trying to draw a bus. I guess it's a plane, whatever.
Right. So
I think it looks like a plane too.
I like the Find My Philo. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then we had the tracker going off.
Yeah.
And then we have him coming in the door. I have Bluto in every one of my drawings, I think. And then
you do have Bluto in every one of your drawings.
Being informed.
It's okay. We haven't seen him in a while, so I think this is good.
One of the first things I ever learned how to draw was Bluto, so hey, I'm right in.
It works.
It
works.
An old friend.
Well, I think we had a fantastic storytelling day today at Philo. Thank you so much for joining me and drawing with me. To my guest artist today, Steve Troop. Let me put my little caption thingy up.
There you go.
Yep, he's working on.
Awesome.
Here we go. See, cartoonist and puppeteer, Melonpool.com. Steve Troop is currently working on a C-3PO costume for his best friend's son, and so that's what's going on right there. And then, of course, Miss Robin, my better half, and the one who takes all the heavy lifting for the talking for me. I hope you find something to put in your display case. And then everybody out in Philo land, thank you so much for joining us this evening and helping us with the story. I really like where it's going, and hopefully Philo has a better life ahead of him. I'll see you guys in the future. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.